All along the Gulf Coast, local officials have been demanding more help from the federal government to fight the spill. But as our chief investigative correspondent Armin Katayan reports, the Gulf states have deployed just a fraction of the National Guard troops the Pentagon has made available.
Louisiana Governor Bobby Jindal's message has been loud and clear.
We will only be winning this war when we're actually deploying every resource.
They could provide more resources.
It's clear the resources needed to protect our coast are still not here.
But nearly 2 months after the governor requested and the Department of Defense approved the use of 6,000 Louisiana National Guard troops, only a fraction, about 1,100, have actually been deployed by Jindal to fight the spill.
If you asked any Louisianian, if you said, if you had those troops, do you think they could be put to good use? Is there anything for them to do in your parish? I think they'd all tell you, absolutely.
As of today, the federal government has authorized a total of 17,500 National Guard troops across 4 Gulf states, all to be paid for by BP. But CBS News has learned, in addition to Louisiana, Alabama has deployed less than 500, and even fewer in Florida and Mississippi, triggering this reaction from the president.
I urge the governors in the affected states to activate these troops as soon as possible.
It's believed officials in Florida, Mississippi, and Alabama are reluctant to use more troops because their presence could hurt tourism. Governor General Armin Katayan. In hardest-hit Louisiana, however, Governor Jindal is pointing fingers. Governor, you have 6,000 National Guard troops at your disposal, yet you've only deployed 1,100 so far. Why?
Well, actually, we asked the White House to approve the initial 6,000. What they came back and said was that the Coast Guard and BP actually have to authorize individual tasks. We're not allowed to deploy beyond that 1,100.
There are 2 relief wells in progress right now.
But the man in charge of the government's response to the spill says Jindal is just flat wrong.
There is nothing standing in the Governor General's way from utilizing more National Guard troops.
In fact, the Coast Guard says every request to use the National Guard has been approved, usually within a day. And now Governor Jindal's office has acknowledged to CBS News the governor has not specifically asked for more guardsmen to be deployed. Whether it's simple confusion or the infusion of politics into the spill, the fact is thousands of helping hands remain waiting to be used. Armin Katayan, CBS News, New Orleans.